Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to connect to the Azure SQL DB using Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. This is part 3 of this Azure Managing Azure SQL Database. So in the previous video we did two security settings in order for us to connect to the Management Studio. This is a Management Studio from which we can manage the database. So first of all, let's go back and make sure our settings. So where can you get this studio? You can get it from going into the server and quick start, and here you can download. So once you download this, then you need to install it. Once it is installed, then you can come right here. Now it will take you to this screen, and two things are required in order to connect to the SQL database server, and that is the server name and the username. So you need to get it from the console. So I'm going to go to the console here, and first of all the server name. So we can go to overview, and within the overview of server SQL server, all you need to do is get this server name. So this is the server name. Copy this and you can put it connect to the server name right here. So this has to be the right server, number one, and number two is we need to get the username. We need to get the username, and the correct username is Active Directory admin is right here. So this is copied, and we'll go back to the studio, and here paste the exact username and then the password, and it will have you connected. So normally if you provide an Active Directory access to the user, plus you've also opened the firewall, add the networking rule, add this client in the firewall, networking firewall as shown in the previous video, you'll be able to connect. So once you're connected, here we can see that we are connected to the database, and this is our database that we have. So this database is basically the database that is hosted on this server. So if I can go to SQL databases, here there is one database which is this one, and we are connected to this database. Now what can we do with the database? Normally we provide it to the DBAs and they start creating databases, managing databases, but here in order to test that if this database is connected, we are connected to the database properly, all we need to do is go and try and create a test table in this. So databases are used to store tables, structured information. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to tables, and we are going to create a table. So let's create a small table for let's say keeping student records. So keeping student record, all we need to do, I just right clicked on the table, and that table will be part of this database, and later we can access this table from a web application. So here the column name is name, and secondly we will say that the student's course, sorry, okay, actually, okay, name already exists. So here I'm gonna type the course name and the course, and the third thing is, let's say, ID, student ID. And student ID is basically we are going to have a number type. So we are going to take integer value, integer. So this will be a number value, and that is it. So as soon as it is done, we will call this student info and create. So we created a table here. Now what can we do with this table? We can enter information on this table once it is created, and all you need to do, just refresh the screen. Once you refresh the screen, you should be able to see the new table here and also in Azure. So I've refreshed it, and also I can go to here and connect to this database first, and within the database I need to, in order to see the table within the database, all you need to do, go to the query editor. So in order to just see the database, the query editor is not used to manage the database. You can do very little with the query editor, just run some queries. So first we log in with the database with the password that we set. Remember that this is the password of the logical server instance, and so you are going to need this account. So here, so entering the password, so I'm logged in here, and if I go to the tables, I should be able to see the student table. And if I can expand this, it will show me these are the different fields that are available. So now how do we add data to this? Can we add data using the query editor right here? No, we cannot. So it's so this will be done using the management studio, or there are many other ways to add data. So since we are connecting to the management studio, we can go back here, and first of all let's see our table. So I'm going to click on table. I can see this table. If you're not able to see the table, just click refresh few times, and then just click on the table, and within the table you see all of the values that have been created within this. So for now, there is in this table we can enter name, course, and ID, student ID information. So what we can do, I can right click on this. So we would like to add some data, so you can say edit. There are many ways to add data, and basically, but this is the easiest way to basically see how can we add some values in this. So here, once you click edit top rows, I'm gonna add Ali, and so in here, and then the course name is MCSA, ID is 01. Second information is Mark, and course is Azure, and ID is 2. So as soon as you click add, enter, it will take you to this. Now in here we are going to add Dave, and the course name is Azure, ID number 3. Let's add another account as another. So Chris, course name is AWS, and ID is 4. So once we add all these, all we need to do is it's already modified and saved. What we can do is we don't have to do anything in here. What we can do is we can just close this. So as soon as you close, just to make sure that the values are saved, you can go back to edit top lines, and you can see your information. So you can see your information here. Now in order to see that within the portal, we can run a query against it. So we can say select star from dbo dot students information. So you can select that here and run the query. As soon as you run the query, you can see the fields that are added. So this is how we can manage a single instance database. And what else do we have here? We have configure in this. So we have we can manage the database right from the management studio, and so within the configure we can have, So we can change the plan. So remember that we bought this DTU basic purchasing plan with 1 GB of database. You can increase it or decrease it, or you can even change the licensing here. Premium is not available in this free tier. You can also go to geo-replication, and geo-replication you can create a copy of this database in another region. So if you want to create a copy of this database in another region, here all you need to do, select the target region, and as soon as you do, it will ask you to, so there has to be another SQL server in that other region, and in that region there will be a replica copy of this database. So for now I'm not going to do that here. So you can create so I'm going to go back to the database. Geo replication, you can do that. It's really easy. All you need to do is few clicks and create another server. Connection strings are required by developers when they need to connect to this database from here so you need to provide them with this connection string. So if the developer needs to have access to this database from their application, in their application they can add, you can just provide them this here. Different type of authentication, if they need authentication from SQL SQL authentication, they can do this. They need Active Directory password authentication, they can use this, and they need Active Directory integration authentication, they can use these different strings. And if their application is .NET based, they can use this string. If it is Java based, they can use this string, or if they are using other languages, then all other languages are present. So in this video we have seen that how to connect and manage SQL single server or single database. Thank you so much for watching this video.